Hey guys, how we doing? It's me, Gloria. Today I'm coming to you with a, let's say, just enjoy life, thinking of you card. So I end up using 5 different cartridges. So I end up using Bits and Pieces. I use Sports Mania. I end up using Summer Celebration, Winter Frolic, and My Quiet Book. And the paper pack that I'm using today, it is this Amy Tangerine Ready, Set, and Go. So let's get started, guys. My card is going to be an A2 size card. So that means my cardstock, it is 5.5 by 8.5, and you score it at 4.25. And this is going to be landscape. So now let's start decorating the inside of the card. Now for the inside, I have my pad and paper that I'm going to lay right in the middle. Then I'm going to lay this turquoise or this beautiful paper. I love this color. And that's going in the middle of here. And then I have this black cardstock. Now guys, you do the size layers you want. I usually don't go by instructions. Sometimes I do 1/4 of an inch less. So like, let's say if my card is 5.5, my next layer I want it to be 5.25. Then my next layer will be 5. And then my other layer will be 4.75. But I usually don't go by that a lot of times. I use my trusty finger a lot. You know, like I'll go put the piece of paper down. Let me add this right here really quick. And I'll lay the paper down and then I'll see how much farther, and I just use my thumb. I mean, but you guys can do what you would like, of course, you know. Okay, so there goes the inside of my card. Now I end up using my EK Success Pointed Flowers border punch, and I end up making a trim, and I'm going to add that right in the middle. Just like that. Okay, there goes the middle. Then I end up cutting a piece of the pattern paper, and I'm gonna lay it right on top of this. And then I used some glitter paper, of course, and I had this strip left over, so I'm just gonna add this to the middle of my card. I do not waste no glitter. The smallest pieces you can make banners out of, you know, just definitely think, because you can do a lot. Don't throw out the small pieces, because you could, if you got punches, you could punch them out. I mean, I keep the smallest tiny pieces because I could do different things. As you can see, you see stars there, triangles. Okay, so there goes the inside of my card. So now let's get my Misty, and we are going to stamp my images. So here goes my Misty, and Misty is a repositional stamp press, and it is the most amazing thing ever. I am not a stamper at all, but since I have this, my projects are coming out phenomenal, because a lot of times I waste more paper than anything because it would never stamp right. Okay, so I'm using the Scrappy Mom stamp set called Walking on Sunshine, and I'm using Take It Easy. And I want to add that right to the middle. And then I'm also using the stamp set And this is writing on the wall, and I'm going to use thinking of you today and always. And I'm just going to place this down here. Okay, let me stand up a second and make sure I'm straight. Yep, that looks good. So now I'm going to use my blue teal. No, I don't want to use that. I'm going to use black, my VersaFine. Okay, and now I'm just going to stamp this down. Just like that. Excellent. Okay. So now let me wipe off my stamps. This is just a baby wipe. Non-scented, alcohol-free. Okay, guys? So remember, because if it got alcohol in it, it will damage your stamps. And then I have a microfiber cloth to dry it up. Okay, so since now that I got that, let's get started with the front of the card. I might add something else, maybe another flourish or something. Okay, so now let's decorate the front of the card. Now for the front of the card, I have this turquoise. It's going to go right in the middle. Then I have this black cardstock. Okay. And I got some extra glue there and some extra over here. And you can rub that off. Okay. And then I have my pattern paper. Okay, so there goes the front of the card, guys. Now let's get started doing the scene. Now for my scene, I end up using this tree border. And that is from Winter Frolic, and that's on page 44. And I cut this out at 1 3/4 of an inch. And then I have some contact paper that looks like wood or like a grain. So I end up putting that right up here. So now I want to take my ATG, add a strip, and then I'm also going to use some wet glue. And I don't want to put glue all the way on the top. Well, I can. Uh-oh. So like I said, I'm just going to add it on the top too. For some reason this is there it goes. But before I add that, I want to add down my grass. So I know exactly where to put my tree at. So for this grass board, I got it from Sportsmania. And here it goes. It's on the backgrounds on page 32. And I cut this out at 2 1/4 inch. And you see the color of the shape of the grass that it gives you. So now I'm just going to adhere this straight down. And before I end up pressing down on it, let me end up putting my piece down so I know exactly where it's supposed to go, because I want it to go underneath the grass. So I think that looks really good right there. So now I'm just going to press it all down, except the last one. Then I have this sun that I got from Mrs. K's Cuttables. Let me see, because I might not need. No, I'm just going to leave it like that. So I'm going to press that other tree down too. So now I'm just going to take some glue. And I'm going to add it down to the corner of my cut. Just like that. And then I have a cloud that I end up punching out with my Friskers cloud punch. And what I did was I put it on the edge corner. And I want it to go underneath my sun. So let me add some glue. So it's going to go behind the tree a little bit and underneath my sun. So it's going to look like the sun is peeking through the clouds. Not peeking, or the clouds are peeking through the sun. Now let me see if I can. And I think that looks good right there. Let me fix it a second. I should have been better off using the tweezers. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue so it can adhere now. Okay, that took me a little second. It didn't take me that long when I was designing it. And then now I end up using my Martha Stewart fence punch. And I made a fence out of some glitter paper, and I'm going to adhere this straight down here. Okay, so now I'm just going to take my glitter paper and I'm going to put it down on the bottom. Oh my God, this is looking out so cute, guys. Look at how adorable this is. You know, I got some glue right here and it just looks so funny. Okay. Okay, so there goes the layout. You see how it's coming out? So now I have these clouds that I end up getting from the cloud punch that I made. And I'm going to add one here. One here. One right there. And then one over here on the side. So let me see if I can lift this up a little bit. Yes, cool. So now with this one, I'm going to use my tweezers so I don't have a problem. That looks good right there. Okay. Then now I'm just gonna, excuse me, add the other cloud right here. And you know, I want this cloud to go under here. Let me see if I can lift this up a little bit. Yes, I can. Cool. Okay, so now I'm going to take my cloud and put it right there. Then I'm going to add a little bit of more glue. Then I'm going to add some more glue right here. Oh, it's like the wrong time to get stuck. Okay. I need to invest in some other tips. I mean, these were doing good for a while, but they got to be something better. Okay, guys, so there goes that part. Get rid of that glue mark. And then I have my other one, which is going to be much easier. And that's going to go right there. And then my last cloud I'm going to put on the other side. This one's taking me a little bit longer because the scene that I'm making is little bits and pieces and different details. But at the end of the process, guys, it is coming out so amazing. Look at how cute that is. Just love all the colors together. Okay, now in the quiet book, I end up cutting out this hill right here, and I cut this out at 1 1/4 by 5. And here we go right here, and I cut this out of gray. So now I'm just going to, can't use that, I need to use this because I am gluing on top of glitter paper. So remember, guys, the only glue that works for glitter paper that I know that I've been having no problems with for years is Scotch 3M Quick Dry. Okay, so now I'm just going to attach that down here. And that looks good right there. Okay. Now, the next thing is my cut. Now, on summer celebrations, I end up cutting out this bicycle. And I cut this bicycle out at 2 inches. And then I end up taking on bits and pieces. I end up taking up this banner. And what I did was I attached the base to this banner. And I attached it to my bike as a banner that as you're driving, you have a banner in the back of your bike, which I thought was really cute. So here goes my bike, guys. So as you can see, I have it welded to my shape, my bottom shape. And then, you know, as I put this on here, I was looking and I'm like, you know, there's something missing. So then I ended up taking my 1/4 of a circle or 1/4 of an inch recollection circle punch, and I ended up putting some glitter paper behind the petals right here. Focus. And you see the white part right here? I end up putting that back there to give it a little dimension. Then I got my sign popped up twice, And then I use the glitter basket and my silver paper to act like, you know, chrome. And now all I'm going to do is attach my bike right down here. So for me to do that, I'm just going to use quick dry. And then I'm just putting glue all around it. And just a little bit around the spokes. Okay, so now we're going to put my cut down. And I gotta make sure that I want it straight. And I think it looks good right there. Okay, now I'm just gonna press down. Very easy. Let me bring you guys down just a tad bit. And you see how cool that looks, guys? Then I end up using my music note punch. And here it goes. And this is from Recollections also. And I cut a couple of pieces out on it. And then I'm just going to attach this one coming out from the back. And then I have another one that's going to go down a little bit further and in a slant. And then I have another one going the other way. And that looks good right there. Now, as you see that when you get the punch, you only have one way that the punch punches out. But like, let's say you wanted this to go the other way. You see how I got these two colors turned around differently? So what you would do with that, one way, you would cut out this way. And then the next time you flip the paper over. And then that'll be the second one. And that one flew. But you see the difference in the two? One is going one way and one is going the other way. So that's a good trick for you guys to remember also. Okay, and then I just want one more. And that one going down here. Okay, guys, well, there goes my scene for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. This is just for you guys to just think, you know, enjoy life, you know. Don't stress out about anything. Take a bike ride. Oh, I might need to put some more glue down here. Get on your bike or get in your car and go for a ride and see how beautiful the world is. Because, you know, city life and work and just life in general gets you stressed out enough. So I made this card for you guys to enjoy life. Take it easy. Thinking of you today and always. So thank you so much for watching. I so do appreciate you guys' support. Please thumbs up if you like this video. If you haven't, please subscribe. You could come follow me on Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I so do appreciate your help. Your comments are amazing. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye now.